And today, as we discussed or agreed, we'll start writing some programs um, briefly. So, one of the programs we might start with is more like a conversation program, maybe where you have two people conversing, maybe discussing. You understand? Just how as you and your friend is interacting. Okay. So, that's what we'll be doing today. Yeah, Ichibo, are you on the call? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So this program will be writing it together. So I will need your own input. Okay. So the program is all about you meeting your friend, maybe just talking with your friend that you've not seen in a while. Do you understand? So normally greetings, then maybe some stories, a little bit of stories, maybe how their holiday went. You understand? So the idea is just to create something like a dialogue between two persons. Okay. So how many characters do you think we should use? Do we need how many persons do you think we should use? Hello.
Why?
So I said this is a group work, so you have to be contributing. So we'll need two friends. So obviously this cat will not follow. I have to be using human beings. So what do you think? Should we do a boy and a girl or boy, girl and girl? Which one do you prefer?
Boy and boy.
Okay. Okay. So mm, um, I want to look for somebody who might use. Hey, okay, Danny is a female, but I like her positioning. Okay, let's use D. Okay, let's check his costume. Okay, that's fine. All right. So let's pick another person. Okay. I think I will choose the girl. So look at this now. Number one thing is you notice now that the girl is bigger than who? Her name is Danny and this is D. Should we rename their name? So uh, okay, let me find a name that is easier for us to relate. Um okay, give me a female name. I'm just thinking. Um okay, let's say Joy. Hello, can you hear me? Joy and Paul. Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay, so I've
So I can
removed
hear
them.
you.
The name of our sprite now is Paul and what? And Joy. Okay.
Paul.
So now you can see that
Put it.
let's pick a background. So possibly it will be outdoor, right? Because they have to be outside. So which outdoor should we choose? I think makes sense. Between this and this, which one is better? Or should we use school since they resumed early? So let's use school. Okay. So if you look at this now, I've selected our background, right? Now, you will see that this Danny here, she's very big, right? She's bigger than
Yes.
Paul. So it's looking
Four.
out of proportion. That means we have to reduce her a little. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll come to her, see her here, we click and says when the program starts, um, this her size has to do with how she looks, right? So
Yes.
we'll go to change size, set her size to possibly we can experiment here and say maybe 70. Let's see how. I think she looks a bit reasonable this way. I think they're almost the same size now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll change it to 70 so that anytime the program starts, that's why I have to do this. But because if you leave it at 100, if I start the program, you see she goes back to 100%. So we set it to 70 so that our size is always what? 70. Now I would like her to be on this side, then Paul to be on this side. But if you look at it, she's kind of facing this other direction, right? Which looks a bit
Yes.
awkward. You don't talk to somebody facing that point. So one of the things we can do inside the costume is to flip her to come to face this side. So see what I'll do. I've highlighted her. Just look at my mouse. I just clicked outside. You see this box I'm drawing? Then I release it. Then look at this place, flip horizontal. You see, she's now facing this direction. Can you see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So she's now facing this direction. You can still flip her back. So just that this flip horizontal, flip vertical means to invert her. Can you see? To turn her upside down.
Yes.
So, but this one is like this so that she can face him properly. Okay. Oh, and that Danny has changed. Praise the Lord. Okay. We have to get rid of this one. Okay. I think we have to get rid of this. Right. All right. So that is this. You can decide to change the color of our shirt if you want. Just highlight. If you want, you can change it to possibly red. Okay. So you can change that. Oh, no, no. Okay. So you can ungroup it. Let me just show you. So this is what I mean by ungrouping because it was attached. So I can change the color back to maybe this same color. Then I will now group. I believe it is the right proportion. And I group it back and then take it back. Let's see. Okay. Is it looking okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so uh so you see here is ungrouped. You can ungroup it and change here to maybe a color. Then remember to group it back. Okay. You can now select and then now group it and push it back. Ah, I've scattered the whole thing now. Okay. Ah, all right. So this by grouping and ungrouping, I think. Okay, by grouping and ungrouping here. Okay. Okay. You can ungroup. Just that these things they are separated. So I just wanted to change our color, the color of our shirt. But you see that the hand and the cloth are tied together, right? That's what we refer to by grouping. So I'm just going to highlight here, then click on group. So just to make sure that if you're moving a piece, you move them together. So because something like this, I believe, is still not there. Oh, wow. No, because the hand needs to go back. You know what? Let me not waste time doing this. Okay, so let's just leave it the way it is. All right, so now you have this now. Okay, so we can now go back to this. I think the first time when she comes here, she should switch to this particular costume. The name of this costume is Daniel A. Okay. Okay, just one costume she has. Then the exact position she's staying here, we should always take her to that point. So you look at this thing, go to this position. Okay, so she should always be at this point. All right. So that even if I start this program, you see she always comes back to that point, right? So the same thing we'll do for Mr. Man. Let's see his costume, what he has. First of all, he needs to be standing. Okay. So we'll choose this and we'll say that we'll set his size to 100%, though we're not changing anything, but just push it like that. Then we switch his costume to DE. This current costume is called DE. Okay. Remember that you can change the name, right? Then we can set his position to be this at this point. So both of them, oh boy, no, no, no. DEB, this DEB. So whenever the flag is clicked, see, even if I keep 12 there anywhere, but once we click, they are now here. All right. I still feel that Danny is looking a bit, Joy is looking a bit bigger. What do you think?
Reduce the size.
Huh?
Reduce the size. Look is big.
I think like this is
It
okay.
looks bigger. No.
She's still bigger like this.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah, Okay.
Her size and height.
What of now?
Better.
So we set our size to 60 so that it become realistic, okay? Hmm. I push her a bit close. Okay, so all right. So we have this. All right. So now this the both of them, okay? So we'll start with we know when you meet your friend, what do you tell your friend first? How are you, right? That
And
kind of thing. Hello, you know. So let's say maybe um okay, since Paul has a lot of motion, let's see. Okay. All right. So we can start with this. I can say immediately he should now switch to this particular costume and say um maybe after 1 second. So let's wait small. Okay. Let's delay him maybe after 1 second. Then he now switch to this costume DE. I think this costume is called DA. Okay. DA. Okay. Then after that, he will now say, hello, Joy. See? Or what do you tell your friend? Hello, Joy. Then after that, let's start the program. Let's say something. Hello, Joy. Okay. So after that, he needs to switch back his costume so that he stays back normal. Will you keep your hand standing like that? Hello to your friend like this. You bring it down, right? So hello, are we together?
yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm putting this 1 second so that there will be a delay. So I'll set him back to the original costume he was. So see what I'm doing. Hello, Joy. Okay. Okay, because of this delay for 2 seconds, let's just take it away safe. So that this delay is enough for us. So hello, Joy. So it's okay, right? Maybe we'll reduce the time to maybe 1.5. So look at it now. Hello, Joy. It's okay, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you see that the next thing is for Joy to what? To reply, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, so you can come here and say, she will not say, I think in English they say if you say hello, you tell the person hello too, right? Hello.
Yes.
Ah, it's not hi. If somebody tell you hi, you say hi. Abby? Is that not it? Hello, Dan. Hello, Paul. Okay. Then, let's say maybe something like, I am excited, right, to see you, to, to see, to see you, right? I believe, you're just resuming from the holiday now. Sure, you'll be excited to see your friend, Abby, right?
Yes, sir.
So say that I am excited to see you. So now watch, when I start this program, see what will happen now. You see, two of them are almost talking at the same time. Did you notice that?
Yes, sir. Yes.
In fact, what's her name? And Joy is even leading the conversation before Paul. See, but that is not what we wanted, right? We wanted Paul to first of
Yes.
all say hello. Now I believe, okay, the delay is because of this 1 second. That is why. But if even at that, the person who want to start the conversation is Paul, not Joy. So you see, communication has to do with, there is now something like a signal we need to be giving that, okay, you wait when Paul has finished, then you talk, right? Hello?
Hi. Hi.
So, one of the things you can do is since he's waiting for 1 second, we can come here and calculate it. That Paul will wait for 1 second, then add this 1.5 second, that is 2.5, right? Then we can tell Joy to, before she will say hello, and say, let her wait for 2.5 seconds first before she replies. So look at what I'm doing now. Just watch. Hello, Joy. Hello, Paul. I'm excited to see you. Right? You see now it looks a bit reasonable, right? Hello?
Uh,
I'm using this delay here. The first time Paul was going to wait for 1 second before talking, then he has to say hello, Joy, for 1.5 seconds. So if you join the total time that we used to delay him, he's using is 1 plus 1.5. What do you have?
hi.
Huh? Mathematics 1.5 plus 1. What do you have?
2.5.
2.5. So it means that Joy has to wait for 2.5 seconds first before she replies. Abi?
Yeah.
And as she's talking, after she has said, I'm excited to see you, she has spoken for 4 seconds here, right?
Yes.
Abi? So that means we have to come here now and put another 4 seconds there and say that Paul should wait 4 seconds to reply. She said, I'm excited to see you. So Paul should say maybe uh me too or same here, right? Same here,
Yes, sir.
that kind of thing. And then I say, uh, how maybe how was your holiday? That kind of. So watch what will happen now. Hello, Joy. Hello, Paul. I'm excited to see you. Same here. How was your holiday? You see. So you notice something now. You have to be using time to calculate, right? You have to calculate um, the time when Paul will be talking. So she has to keep quiet for those number of seconds, right? So the thing is, in communication, that's what we call receiver. You have a sender and what? A receiver, right? So for communication to be established is that for you to know that the message you send to somebody is it got to the person is that you have to get feedback from the person. Just like as I'm talking here, for me to be sure that you guys are following, that's why sometimes I will say, hello, can you hear me? Right? Because I'm talking, I'm asking a question. What do you think? If I don't hear from you, that means that it's possibly maybe either my network is not good or yours. Abi? Because there has to be a feedback for me to know that you're actually hearing me and maybe understanding what I'm saying. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
So that is how communication works. So now the stress of sitting down and calculating how many seconds this person should keep quiet, this person should um, should talk so time. There's a better way to do it. Okay. Remember that I told you that in algorithms, everybody has a way he or she will use to tackle their own problems, right? So there's another way
Yeah.
you can do that. You can still be using the seconds and minutes be calculating, but we can use another thing, which is in events. I said I will talk about it before. Look at this called broadcast message one. Okay, look at this one, broadcast message one and wait. Okay, now when you broadcast message one is more like you when you send the message, okay, the first message. Now you can continue with your program, right? The program can continue. But this other one, it means broadcast message one and wait. That means that the program will not continue until this, after maybe another signal is sent back, then it can now continue. That is why I say broadcast message one and what? And wait. So we can use this broadcast idea to do what we want to do. You can see the other box here. Say when I receive message one. So that means once they send you message one, when I receive message one, what should I reply or what should I do? For example, if Paul sends hello, which is broadcast message one, then it means that he has sent a signal hello. Then Joy will now say, when I receive message one, then I should now reply what's it called? Hello too. Do you
How
understand?
the hell is this?
So let's do this now so that you see how it works. So it's the same thing, but just that we'll not be using time to do all these things. Okay. So all right. So I'll take away this wait 4 seconds. Okay. I'll do away with this. So I'll keep this down. Now I'll come here immediately after this. I'll say wait, broadcast message one. Immediately after I said hi Joy, I'll now say broadcast message one and wait. Now, who will receive the message? Hello? Who will receive the message that has been sent? Message one. Hello, are you guys playing or what? Are you not following? After I've sent message one, who is to receive message one?
Joy.
So I'll go to Joy now and say that when I receive message one, right, I should do something. So instead of this wait 2.5 seconds, I will throw it away. Yeah, then I keep it like this. When I receive message one, I will say something, right? Then just watch what will happen. Hello, Joy. Hello, Paul. Right? I'm excited to see you. Now, for Paul to reply now, she has to give signal to Paul that she has finished talking, right? Abby? So that Paul will reply. So she will now send another broadcast message again and wait. But this time now we'll call it message what? Message 2. Did you see what I did? Where is this thing again? So you can change. This is where you click on new message. So I'll click message what? Message 2. Okay, you can name it anything you want. Are we together? So when Paul will receive message 2, you see automatically say when I receive message 2, there is no need for waiting. All right. So Paul has to reply and has to send her a signal, right? So that she will know that it's her own turn now to what? To reply. And how will you do that? What do we do that to send a signal for her? That you sent a message to her. Hello?
Sir?
He has finished talking. How will he tell her that he's done talking so that she can reply the message he sent? He has to use the broadcast now. Have you forgotten? No, 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 no. Broadcast. This is it. He has to broadcast now, but this broadcast now will not be message 2, but message 3. So he has to broadcast the message the new message now, which is what? Message what? Message 3. So now he has sent a signal to to Joy to reply. Then Joy now we have to receive the signal. When she receives message 3, then what should she do? What will she reply? He asked her how was her holiday. Then what will she reply? Give me what she will reply. Good morning, sir. Yes, sir. So what will she reply? Yeah, morning. Hello, are you following at all?
She replied it was fine. Or it was amazing.
It was what?
Amazing.
It was
Amazing. Amazing. It was amazing.
okay, amazing. Okay,
Yes.
amazing. All right. So, and she can also tell him that I spent my holiday at something like Port Harcourt, right?
Yes, sir.
Then she can now ask him maybe, what about you? Or where did you spend yours? That kind of thing. What about you? Right? So normally you would like to know where your friend spent his own holiday now, Abby? So because she said I I went, I stayed there, it was amazing. I spent holiday at Port Harcourt. And then what about you? Okay. So she has finished talking. How will she send Paul the signal to reply her? What will he use? What will she?
Broadcast.
Broadcast, right?
Broadcast.
What
Yes,
message
sir.
will it be now? Because the last one was 3.
Message 4.
Message 4. So you can call it message 4. So who is receiving message 4 now?
Paul.
So we'll go to Paul. How will Paul reply to message 4?
Um.
Paul reply
Madam.
that.
There is something that will enable him to know that he has received message 4. So what will trigger him to know that?
It's my holiday.
No, now
At so place.
this is it. He has to receive the signal. He has to receive it first before he start talking. Is it not when you received where was the holiday before you reply? So when I receive which message?
Message 4.
Message 4. Then he will not say, well, I spent mine
At
at
so
where?
place. At Abuja.
Okay, Abuja, fine. Abuja. Okay. And maybe you can say it was very exciting, maybe exciting. I went to the what would you call it? Okay, I went to. I wanted to be adding animation as he's talking, but let's first of all and educating. So, for example, now it was very exciting and educating. Then you can now say I visited the zoo and the war museum, that kind of thing. Mm. Okay, I'm coming. All right. So I visited the museum. So where can he visit again? He visited the zoo. What exciting place can he visit again?
Um,
Children park, something like that. Okay.
Amusement park.
Okay, amusement park. That is zoo. Amusement park, right? And the war museum, right? Now, so note this when we start, you see, hello Joy, hello Paul. I'm excited to see you. Same here. How was the holiday? Think it's amazing. It was amazing. I spent my yes, I've written blunder there. I spent my holiday. My holiday. Okay, I've corrected it.
It's very good.
Okay. Same here. All right. I spent my holiday at Port Harcourt. What about you? I spent mine at Abuja. It was very exciting and educating. I visited the zoo, amusement park. You see that the person cannot be able to read it that fast, right? Because the time is too short. So for this last one, we might extend it a bit. So maybe like, let me just bring this thing down and click it. Can you read it in 2 seconds? Come on, sir.
Oh,
So we can increase it to maybe 3 seconds and see if it's something somebody can read in 3 seconds. Looks reasonable, right? So
yes.
drop it like this. Now, so I wanted to see if I can add a little bit of animation to Paul when he's talking. Okay, let's see if he's switching his costume. Mm, okay. I'm looking at the combination we might use, this and this. But normally, if he's talking, he should face the person he's talking, right? So we should, let me see if I can. I just want to flip his head alone. So let me ungroup. And then, so let me flip it horizontally. Okay. Voila. So I think his face. Wow. His mouth. I've distorted him. Okay. Something seems off here.
This place is fun.
Hmm?
This place is looking so funny.
Yeah, so.
Yo, the nose.
Yeah, so you can edit these things, so just that it will take time to be editing. But I just want to make just little animation about it. A, B. Okay. So let's switch between A and B. So whenever he's talking. Um, okay. So hello Joy. Same here. So we can do this. So whenever I receive message two, we can do it two places. So whenever I receive message two, um we can maybe okay.
See what I
Um
said that.
we can switch his costume to this,
Okay.
who is making that noise? Maybe 0.5. So the first costume and I think this is the first one. That is A and B, between A and B. So let's see something. Let's say broadcast message 2. Let me click on broadcast message 2. Okay. Ah, okay. I think it looks okay now, right?
Yes, sir.
The animation looks okay. So we have to find a way to make this to be repeating. Now that is why we don't need to be now. If I want to do now for Mr. Sheriff to make him to be moving now, I have to I have to uh, do for message 2, be duplicating this, right? So I have to do for message 3 and message 4 for him to reply. So there's no control here that allows you to kind of add maybe more than 2 messages. It's only one at a time. So what we can do is to, let me see this, my block. We'll make a block here. So we'll call this block animation. Okay. Are you seeing it? Hello? Can you hear me?
I hear you.
So we'll call it animation. And this animation is going to be, what's going to be under animation is this our what? Our we have defined our own block. We've created it. What this one does is animation, but for Paul. So I think I should rename it and maybe call it Paul animation, right? So now when you receive message 2, it should now do Paul animation. So we can drop this one somewhere. So let's see. Has Paul disappeared? Where is Paul? Okay, sorry. Okay, now if you notice something, you see that when you receive message 2, hello, you see that, let me broadcast message 2. It will first of all run the animation before following these ones, right? Did you notice that? Let me click on it. Watch. See, the animation ran first before the what she was saying. See, did you see it? The animation ran before the message. So, but we want him to say the message while he's talking. Now, because remember when I told you that I have to drop this thing somewhere so that we'll forget about it. This in our program, it goes from top to what? To bottom. Do you remember? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Why are you guys all mute?
I can hear you, sir.
So remember that I told you that it reads from top to what? To bottom. So it means that when it receives message 2, it's going to run Paul the animation complete first, everything here first, before saying all these ones. So it makes no sense. That is why you see the animation will run first before he will talk. But what we want is he should talk, then say it, right? Can you see? Now, what we can do now is that since we have defined this, what is it called? This Paul animation, what we can do is I'm not looking for where to keep this thing. So let me keep it here. So we can now remove this here and leave it like this. Then duplicate this. Then take this out. So when I receive message 2, I now have this, right? Then anytime it receives message 4, we now run the animation. Are you seeing what I'm doing? So now you see that once we broadcast message 2, 4 will also run the animation. So this one will run at the same time, this will run at the same time. Do you understand? So two of them will run at the same time. So, but if you Adibin will put it here first, this play animation will first of all run first. All this instruction that will run before same here, same here, same here. Do you understand? So to avoid that, we separate them. So this one will run individual. This one will run individual. Okay? Though it's on the same sprite. So let me broadcast message 2 so you know what I'm doing. You see it. It's now talking the same time with what? The write up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then there's something we can do. If you notice here, it has a time in here of 4 seconds, right? Can you see the time? Because if I broadcast message 2, you see, he will just move. Then when he was asking how was your holiday, he did not move at all. You did notice it?
Yes, sir.
Let me do broadcast 2. You see, it will just, it's supposed to ask her how is your holiday, then move. So what we'll do is, in this our block, we have to edit it. Okay. Now we have to add something called the time. So look at this thing called input. Okay. Add it so that we use this to add time. Okay. So we'll put number or text. So I can leave it like this and say okay. Now you see that it's now empty, right?
Yes,
So in
sir.
this place now we can use this as the time. I'm coming. Let me see something. Let me see. Let me put 2. So it updates to 2. Can I use okay, that's cool. All right, so we can edit this and say time. Let's call this time, okay? That's the input that should be placed in time. So we call it time. So such that look at this time now is what we use to control maybe how many times this thing will repeat. Oh, I have a lot of them here. So you input how many times this thing will repeat based on the time, right? So now, for example, how many seconds do you have here?
2.
2, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
within that 2, we have that 2 seconds is going to reply, then wait, okay? Then switch to this costume. So I think you have to add another, we have to duplicate this second here so that it looks more reasonable. So more like, see, okay. So it will wait a little. So now this is 1 minute, right? 1 minute. So we'll now repeat this thing based on the number of times we are considering. So whatever the time input is, this 4, we'll now repeat it based on the time input. So this is repeat. You remember repeat, right? Repeat will help us to tell us how many times this is going to happen. So, but if we put it the exact time that it will be imputed, that is like 2 times now. So you see something. Let me broadcast message 2. You see that it's going to repeat it 2 times. So see what happens here. Or let me put it 4. 4 seconds because this is the total time here, right? You will talk for 2 seconds, definitely he has to move for 1 second, right? Based on what we have here. This 0.5, 0.5 will give you 1 second. So he has to talk for 1 second within these 2 seconds. Then now he has another 2 seconds here. So he needs to talk for another two, he needs to move for another 1 second. That is making it a total of 2 seconds, right? But if we tell him to repeat 4 times based on the total number of time, which is 4 here, you'll see that it will not work well. Just watch what will happen. Broadcast message 2. You see? Did you notice it? He had to do that in 4 times. Let me do it again. Count how many times. You notice that? So what we do now is we use a calculation here to do it. The number of time it will repeat. So we'll go to our arithmetic now and say that the number of time will be divided by what? This number of time here will be divided by 2. Okay? And we need to round the number so that if it's maybe we give it 4 and 3, it should round it maybe to 4 or so. And so let's round it here. Let me take this out. So this is it now. We will give it the total number of seconds here. Then the number of seconds will be divided by 2 to give us how many times it should repeat. So here the total seconds is 2, right? 2 plus 2 is now what? 4, right? Which we passed in here. Then this will divide 2. 4 divided by 2 will give you what? 2. That means this thing will repeat 2 times. So let me broadcast message 2. To see. Did you see it? So that way now he can be able to talk efficiently. Let me take this 0.5 seconds out and see. Okay. Or I'm coming. You have to experiment sometimes with this thing. So let me say, let it repeat 2 times. Okay. It was that fast. So, when you're writing your programs, you have to know what you want, right? How you want it to go about. So 0.5 again. The thing looks very fast to me, so let me slow it down a bit. Focus message. Okay. It now looks okay now. So we say that the time is going to subtract by 1. So let's subtract it by 1. Anytime we have the time subtracted by 1. Okay. So instead of rounding it up. So let's see. Broadcast message 2. Okay. You see it, right? We needed it for the 3 seconds. So what happens here now is that it's going to repeat 3 times. So the fourth animation, 4 seconds, which we have here in total, right? Subtracted by what? By 4. That is 4 here. That is the total seconds here. Now, it will be pushed into here, repeating the time. Okay, how many times is going to do that? The total time minus 1. That is 4 minus 1 will give you 3. Okay, that means our animation will run 3 times. So the same thing will come here and do. Message 4. How many seconds do you have here? 2, 2, 4, right? Plus 3, how many? That is 7, right? The total number of seconds is 7. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 3, that is 7. So let's run the program and see. You can see it, right? Did you notice it now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So you see
Hello.
that the animation now is working based on the number of seconds, the total number of seconds we have, so that we can be able to almost precisely time it to the exact number of motion we want. You understand? That's why we have to always count how many total number of seconds do we have here. One, this is four, this is seven. We push it seven. That means we have seven animations, seven seconds to talk. Then that particular seven will be passed here, and then we subtract one from it to give us how many times it will be repeated. Seven minus one is six. That means this thing has to repeat what? Six times, whatever
Six
that is.
times.
So that is why it gives you the animation and it looks a bit reasonable with the saying. Like they are moving almost at the same time. You understand? So this is what you can do. Sometimes you just have to sit down and arrange your thoughts to see how your thoughts will align. Okay. So you have those tools already. Just like now, I don't want to be repeating this block every single time. So I'll come here to when I receive message 4, I will repeat this thing. When I receive message 2, I will repeat it here. So what I did is what we call a function. Are you hearing me? I created a function, which is this your block. And then I passed in a parameter. Maybe tomorrow I will explain functions better. So the function, what it does is um, a function, whenever you call it, whatever that it's holding, okay, or what is told to do, that is what it will just do for you. For example, in your school, you have prefects, right? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So you have prefects, and these prefects, they have different
Hello.
responsibilities, right?
Yes.
You can have the head boy, you can have the labor prefect, you can have
Yes, sir.
health prefect, you can have sanitation prefect, all those type of things. You see that each of them have what they do, right? And whenever you
Yes,
call on
sir.
them, that is what they will do. For example, now, if the environment is dirty, who will you caution? Who will the teacher hold responsible?
Sanitary prefect.
Why?
Because his job is to ensure the cleanliness of the school.
Exactly. That's how a function works. Okay. So just as we have here, this is a function we defined. We defined a function called Paul animation, and we passed in this parameter called time. And the job it has to do is just to repeat this, to be switching this costume, okay, for us. But now it has to be doing it based on the number of time it has been given, subtracted by what? One. So anytime you call Paul animation, what will run is this block of code. This is his job. Do you understand? Huh? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So just like your sanitation prefect, this is the job of what? Your your function. This is what your function should be doing. Do you get? So this anytime you call him, this is what he will do. Do you get all this code to run it? So that's why anytime it is called here, you see seven times, immediately to come down here and start running this block of code. Okay. So that way we don't need to be repeating this particular block of code every single time, but we can just do it just simply by what? By calling the name of what? The function here. Do you see it? Okay. And this circle that we have here, this circle here is called the parameter. Okay. That is what are we passing inside so that the function can be able to use it to do something. So you see, whenever the function has its time, that is the parameter we're giving, it will use the time that is given to know the number of time it should repeat this block of code. Do you understand? So the time comes in, the value comes in to take the time, subtract it by what? By 1. Then it will give us the exact number of time it should be repeated. So that is how this is done. All right. So the conversation can still continue from here. After this, we can broadcast message 5. Then Joy will receive message 5. There you have it. All right, guys. So what question do you have? Do you have a question? If you're confused about something, ask.
Not really.
No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes.
How are you able to create those pink blocks and make them work?
Okay, this is where I went to. This place called Make My Blocks. So this is where you create your own block, like your own function, what they will be doing. Okay. Just like I wanted the animation to be here on this block, right? So I came here. If you click here, you make a block. You give your block a name. You can call this block running. Okay. Now, if your block requires an input, just like we have in our own, it requires an input of time. You select this, it will add it. Then, for example, now I can add it. Okay. You can do that. Then you can add that for the time. Then also you can also use the conditions here. Okay, if your function has a condition, you can use that. If it has a text label, you can do that. Okay.